March 18th, Mike Tyson, Razor Ruddock dies. If he doesn't die, it doesn't count. If he's not dead, it doesn't count.
How you doing, everyone? My name is Ryan and this is Ade, and welcome back to another edition of Boxtalk. On the 20th of February, we got the return of Tyson Fury against Christian Hamer and Eubank Jr versus Dmirty Chudinov. Both fights have implications, possibly for world titles. Fury's already a mandatory for Vladimir.
Yep.
This fight with Chudinov is for a interim title, which will guarantee the winner a world title shot down the line.
Yeah.
Ade, let's start first with Tyson Fury.
Yeah. Tyson Fury, it's taken a while for me to get with it. You'll kind of understand what I mean when I say this. He's the real deal. Ain't a joke anymore. I'm quite serious now. After watching that Fury Chisora perform, and what I mean by the real deal, in terms of what I mean is in terms of what's out there. Yeah. I'm not trying to say he's the best of all time. I'm trying to say in terms of the heavyweights that are out there right now, chuck Tyson Fury into all of them minus the big boy, Vladimir. Every one of them is a tough fight. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? He puts himself right in there after that Chisora performance. People might have said it was boring. We spoke to his dad, his uncle Peter Fury. It was a boxing clinic. And that's a 25-year-old that might shout and scream in the press conferences, but when he's in the ring, he's calm, he knows what he's doing, and look, he beat up Chisora. I like Tyson Fury.
I like Tyson Fury as well. As a personality, as a person, fantastic. I think he's cool. We've met him multiple times, spoke to him loads of times.
Me,
very nice
motherfucker.
Guy. Yeah, nice guys though. Me, huge, huge. Yeah, I'm just over 6'2", yeah, and I ain't small. Yeah. This guy's bloody big.
He's a big dude.
But I've been critical of his performances previously, you know what I mean? It's like, I always say that, you know, as a professional athlete, as a full-time job, you need to carry yourself a certain way. I've seen him when he's been in shape, I've seen him when he's been out of shape. Yeah. The Fury performance reminded me of a guy who's kind of in between that. Yeah. And even to my credit, even his uncle said, Tyson could be in better shape like the David Haye fight he was, or like this fight, because you mentioned it.
Is it the long layoff though?
But he says that, you know,
stopping.
Exactly, yeah. So I think his trainer understands as well that, guess what, we are seeing a lot of him, but we're not seeing the peak of him. Yeah. If he puts it together the way I think he can, the way you think he can, given his youth, his size, his hand speed, his athleticism, and his IQ, he's a major threat.
You're missing one.
His heart.
Complete and utter fearlessness and heart.
Yeah, heart,
I've not seen a boxer right now that genuinely believes he can knock, and the way he bangs the table and everything comes up.
Jeez. The first time I met Tyson Fury, about 2 years ago, remember we went to the press conference, the very first one we went to, our very first press conference we went to, and I interviewed Tyson Fury, and what the first one I said to you, if you remember? Don't know. I said his belief is real. Yeah. Yeah, his intensity, you're standing there talking to him, yeah, and like, everything he says, he punctuates, you feel his passion, you understood what he meant, and he still got the desire. Only thing is lacking now, to me, is that performance. That one performance to say, guess what? Bam, that is it. And he's fought a lot of good guys, but he ain't fought with someone that's going to say, look, now that I beat him, you have to give me that shot.
What I would like to see, and maybe this gives him an opportunity in this Christian Hammer fight, is to see someone that will just go to war with him. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Have a tear up. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Not Kevin Johnson will stand off, not doing anything. Chisora, unfortunately, whatever limits Chisora had in that day, again, stand off, letting him just pot shot. Maybe let's see someone, even if it's a 2 or 3 round blowout, someone that's just going to go in there a bit wild and swing and fight. Christian Hammer has been in there with a few elite boxers. He will go in there and try and stand and train.
If he blows him out in 2-3 rounds, I'll call that a stand-up performance. Yeah. Christian Hamer, I've seen him fight 3 times, I think. Yeah. 3 or 4 times. But the fight I remember the most I saw with him was against when he fought Marius Watch. Okay. Do you see that fight? Yep. Yeah. If you know guys, Marius Watch fought Vladimir.
Another nearly 7 foot up.
Yeah. 6'11". Yeah, guy's massive. Massive. Again, we met him as well. Huge. Yeah. But Watch took him out bad. I remember. Yeah. I can't remember what it was, but I remember it was a bad stop. It was a good knockout. It was a good mid-round knockout. And if Fury could replicate that performance, I think it's a very good thing.
But Fury's not going to lose this fight. That's I think anyway. So I'm not going to put pressure on him to say, you know, he can't lose the fight, because I think that's a foregone conclusion. The thing for me, he needs to put on performance that makes Vladimir say, let's have this fight, or makes not Vladimir TV. Yeah. That's where the money comes from. Get into some sort of bidding war. I want that fight. If he can do that, then it's a big fight. Because right now, already they're saying Vladimir needs to fight Deontay Wilder. Okay. So it's almost like Tyson Fury's name is getting pushed off again. Okay. He needs a big performance where people start saying he could cause problems.
In terms of international coverage and money, the fight is better for happen right now. Vladimir's just signed a deal with HBO. I think it's a 3-fight deal. His fights are now back on HBO. in America. He's fighting in Madison Square Garden for the first time. Sorry, fighting in New York for the first time in 8 years, 9 years. So you got before Vladimir fights weren't shown in America. So now with the European money, the British money, and the American money, Fury can make a killing on this fight if he gets it on HBO, over in the UK, over in America, over in Germany. It sells. And that press conference, I wouldn't miss for nothing.
Yeah. All right. So quickly, who wins? How?
Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
By stoppage.
Yeah.
Before 7.
Yeah. I'm just going to agree with that. I'm going to agree with it not because I want to argue. I'm just going to agree because I hope that is the case. Because like I said, I really like Tyson Fury. I like a fighter that just simply says, I just want to fight. And he just simply says, I'm Tyson Fury, I come to fight.
This is not a dig on Tyson Fury.
Yes, it is.
But if it went to points, I think it'd be a letdown overall in terms of promotion.
That's a dig to Tyson Fury.
It's not a dig to Tyson Fury. If you're trying to build a fight with the current champion right now, you want to come off with an impressive performance, not a labelled performance.
I'll tell you who's coming off an impressive performance, sorry to go off the beaten track, who got beat by Vladimir, but it's coming Povetkin. He seems to right now be turning in the performances that I think against legitimate guys really as well. After that Vladimir loss, he's two wins now by knockout against
Takim and
Murat.
No,
it was Murat.
Was it Char?
No, Murat. Char. Yes, it was Char.
Manuel Char
with a brutal KO.
Yeah.
Brutal.
But you get my point.
Yeah.
See, when you get in those knockouts and handle those type of performances, builds it. You have a fight. Even if you win every single round and it goes 12 rounds, it doesn't give the shine of a clean knockout.
Okay, let's talk about the man now that seems to be put under more pressure than pretty much I think any middleweight in this country. Not only because his surname is Eubank, that's one thing, but because his dad has given him the title of every single fight in the world.
He gets more pressure from his dad alone more than anything else in the world.
Yeah,
all the boxing pressure, all the pressure is nothing compared to what his dad puts on him.
Yeah.
That could do two things: either break someone or make someone.
Yeah. We were in a press conference when they announced this fight, and it was almost like if someone was to walk off Mars, they would think that Eubank Sr. is fighting. They'll think, oh, the guy might be his son, but Eubank Sr. is definitely going to have a fight. I mean, I get the understanding. In football they do it where they seem to take the pressure off. Yeah. I think it's doing the complete opposite thing. I think it's putting the pressure on his son to perform. Chudinov, what do you think?
Chudinov is a very good fighter. Not say very good fighter, a good fighter.
Yeah, very off.
He's aggressive.
Yeah.
He's a little wild.
Similar to all these things seem to be the same as Eubank, by the way.
Yeah, a little wild, know what I mean? But I remember watching his fight with Manny Boadla, the guy that Kessler knocked out a few years ago. I watched that fight summertime last year, and he got a stoppage in that fight as well.
Yeah.
I can't remember how he stopped. It was a stoppage. It was an early stoppage. But what I remember from that fight more than anything else is that he likes to put pressure.
Okay.
He likes to put pressure. I saw one of his other fights previous to that as well. I can't remember who the opponent was, but if he corners you in the ropes, expect punches to throw. Same as Eubank. Eubank likes to sit on the ropes sometimes. Same. They're the same person. If they're studying this fight, I say stay off the ropes, Eubank. Yeah. I think this is a very, very risky fight. Yeah, it is. And it's very risky and the reason I think it's very risky is because the first 6 rounds I saw Eubank versus Billy Joe Saunders. Yeah. If that Eubank turns up for a round against Chudinov, he could be in trouble. He can be in trouble. He could be in trouble. The problem with boxing, sometimes it's not that so you can lose a fight. It's not if you lose. If you lose to a top guy, no problem. It's not a problem. No problem. No one needs to own like that. Yeah. Chudinov is one of those guys. Chudinov is one of those guys that's not really a top guy. That's the thing. If you follow boxing, you know his name. You know some of his fights. You read about him. You know certain things like that. But it's not a name that will stick on the top of your tongue. When you're talking about middleweight boxers. So if you lose that guy, they're going to say, wait a minute, who's this guy that just beat you? Yeah, they'll look at it, casual fans, and that's what Eubank attracts. Yeah. Eubank attracts a lot of casual fans. It's going to be a sellout stadium because of him and Fury. The casual fans will be like, my God, you just lost to Chudinov. Yeah. Who the hell is Chudinov? Exactly. And that's the problem for this fight. That's unfair to any fighter, you know what I mean? That's unfair, but that's where it is. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's a buyer's market. The fans will make the choice of what they want to see, what they don't want to see, and they will criticise you as much as they like on social media because of whatever. Are you surprised that Frank said, look, it's a fight you've got to take, it's not offered, you've got to take it. Do you have to take it? Are you surprised that he has taken a Chudinov and not maybe done something else in between? No, I'm not surprised. He's a fighter. He's come from a breed of fighters. His dad's a fighter. He wants to go for a world title. He thought he was going to get a world title after he beat Billy Joe. To get an interim shot, why would you say no? Yeah, Billy Joe has both of them proved in that fight is that they are world class. Yeah, regardless if it's high world class or low world class, they are in that remit now. They both want to go for a world title.
What's world class though? Top 20?
I think top 15 is world class.
Do you think Eubank's top 15 middleweight in the world?
I think you can make an argument for it.
Top 15 in the world.
I think you can make an argument for it. Given the fact that he took the number 2 contender.
No, I'm not talking about that.
No.
He's not number 2. He's number 2 by a sanctioning body. Number 2 is confusing for our viewers. They're gonna think he's the second best middleweight in the world, and he's not.
No. Okay. By the WBO.
Yes.
Yeah. Was it WBO? Yeah.
The
WBO. Billy Joe was the number 2 ranked fighter in the world.
And Miguel Cotto's number 12.
Okay. Hold on. Yeah. Chris Eubank was unranked. Yeah, and he went with the number 2 guy ranked by the WBO and gave a competitive match, which was a split decision. Yeah,
don't mean anything.
No. That means that he's much better as an unranked.
Yeah.
That means. So I think around top 15 is. I think if you're top 15, I'll call you world class.
I think to put
top 10's a contender.
I think to put him top 15 is a stretch.
I said it could be a push.
I think Billy Joe is just top 10 middleweight in the world. Just top 10.
I think Billy Joe's around top 10 as well. And they went life and death.
Yeah.
So they're close to each other. I couldn't rank Billy Joe number 8 and then rank Chris Eubank number 18.
You could.
No, because I think their fights will be fairly competitive all the time. That could be a style thing.
Yeah,
but
it could be
a style thing. Yeah. But they're closer comparative. So even though Eubank's behind him, you can't have him that far behind.
Yeah, I don't know. Top 15 to stretch me. What happens if Eubank loses?
Not good. Not good at all.
Just putting it out there, people. I'm not saying he will, because I want him to bloody win. But he's always got to go. There's always a flip side to these fights. We've seen it. We've been to many big fights and people lose. I mean, Khan, Breeders' Press.
That's the way.
What happens if he loses?
That's the way fights it. Look, I think from a fighter's mentality, you win some, you lose some. You know you're going to ring. Someone has to win. Someone's going to lose. It's heartbreaking. You don't want to lose. But as a fighter, you can accept it. That's part of the game. Eubank seemed to accept the loss to Billy Joe
very well.
Very well.
Very well, yes.
Let's be honest, I'm trying to say, anyone's ever been to a boxing club or an MMA club or some sort of combat sport club, everyone knows 2 go in, 1 comes out the winner. That's part of the game, that's the nature of the beast.
Or if it's a draw.
Or if it's a draw. The point I'm making is that as fighters, you have to accept certain things, yeah? You say it's controversial, you say it's this and that, but that's what always happens. But that is not the problem. The problem is after that is in promoters, is in money, it's in marketing, it's in getting other fights, it's the fans, it's your ticket sales, it's everything else that affects around it.
They in a press conference they said they're going to probably go to America to train for this fight. Yeah. What does that mean for Ronnie Davis? Is that I got it right in it. I didn't say Ronnie Shields, did I, this time?
No, you said Ronnie Davis.
Because you mentioned it after one of the fights that Ronnie Davis said, I'm not going to work. I've had enough of this kind of rubbish. I think I mentioned. I can't remember.
Yeah.
If they're going to America to train and spar, where does that leave him? I mean, what does that mean?
Ronnie Davis will be fine.
No, I mean, is he training Eubank? Do you think?
I don't know. He must be in the corner.
Yeah.
Guys, let's be honest. Ronnie Davis is there. But did he give any tactical advice in the fight?
I think he did.
No, exactly.
I think he did.
Because he told Chris to get out of the ring.
Yeah.
He's there as a trainer, but he's there more as a license holder to run a corner. Because Chris Eubank was standing in the corner, giving his son looks. And I'm trying to say, when we were talking to him. And then there was a part when, I think it was around 8 or 9, when Ronnie was talking to Chris Jr. and Chris said, leave me alone, I got this.
I love father.
So they're not taking him really serious.
I love father and son combinations. We've seen it with Mosley.
Yeah.
We've seen it in a sense to Floyd Mayweather as well.
Roy Jones.
So you can get good ones.
Yeah.
Is this a case of someone needs? Basically, Chris Eubank Jr. needs to kind of say, no, let's step away from this now, because they're trainers. That's the difference. That father and son combinations weren't, just promoter son. It was trainer fighter. Make sense? Obviously, this is slightly different. Does Chris Eubank just needs to move to the side a bit, not fully away, because does he need to move a little bit?
I think, as a prospect of fighting, as a prospect of fighting, your father's mostly the best person for him.
Yes.
Chris has got all the experience. He's got seniors, got all the experience, all the understanding. He knows all the tricks of the game, so he'll help Chris avoid the pitfalls.
On the outside,
but on the reality base of it, when it comes to interviews, training, press conferences, there needs to be a defined line. Right. Because Chris, when you go to the press conferences, Chris Senior gets all the press clippings, not Chris Jr.
Right. Who wins this fight?
I'm going with Chris Eubank.
Well, it has to be, doesn't it?
And I think it's going to be points.
Okay.
I think we will like a stoppage, but
Sometimes you've got to realise this is stepping up another level. You can't get stoppages all the time, can you, at this level?
And I'm changing that. I'm going for a late stoppage for Chris Eubanks.
Can't change it.
Changing.
You can't change it.
Changing.
You can't change it.
I'm going 10th round KO for stoppage.
You can't just change it.
I think Chudinov is going to be throwing wild. Like I said, he boxes well. He's going to get wild. He's going to get tired. And Chris is fit. Chris is fast. And Chris did buzz Billy Joe in the 12th round. That Billy Joe did definitely feel that shot.
Yeah, I felt it.
Yeah. So I think once the initial burst from Chudinov comes out, Chris will take over and stop him late.
Right, there you go. Let's wrap up this one. I'm going Chris Eubank Jr. as well. Early stoppage. I think Chris will get him out early. I mean, between 1 and 4, he's gone. I think he's going to come out like a machine and get rid of this kid. Fingers crossed. If not, then Ryan's prediction probably sounds a bit more realistic than mine. But look, what happens with Eubank? What happens to Tyson Fury? If they both do win, where do they go? Does Eubank go off and get a big name? Even a Martin Murray, dare I say? If Martin Murray loses to GGG, is that too big a risk? It's the levels, isn't it? It's levels.
It is levels.
It's levels. Does he get that?
Like we said before, once you reach a contendership,
You can't go back.
You can't go back.
Can't go back now. Yeah. Now he's gone that way. That's why I asked his dad as well. It's a British level. You've almost stepped over that now. You can't go back now.
If you bet one and then got an interim shot and won the world title to win 2 fights,
Got to fight GG next.
Exactly. You can't say no to these fights. If you're a world champion, you cannot say no to these other guys around you. Yeah. No matter how inexperienced you are at that level, if you're the champ, you can't say no.
All right, there you go. So look, leave your comments below. These are 2 big fights. February 28th, O2 Arena. It is O2 Arena. Yes, O2 Arena. We'll be there.
Yeah.
We'll be there. Most people, I guess, watching this will be there as well. Leave your comments below. Email us at
boxtalk@hotmail.co.uk, on Instagram at boxtalk_1, and on Twitter at boxtalkuk.
Top man. And subscribe as well, people. Thanks very much for watching another edition of Boxtalk.